Hello, hello, welcome, and thank you for joining us back. Let's see. Are we live? Yes, we are. Good, good. Joining me today is Grantless again. He's back from the holiday, just in time to cast these playoffs. Hello, Grantless.
Hello, I'm back finally. We'll see some new champions maybe, because I think there are some new OP champions after the last patch, like some Smolder or Senna, even an Any.
Yep, Smolder
So
has been sort of being seen a bit more. In
things
fact,
can be
he's
easily
actually
seen now.
getting, yep, a Kindred van. I think I remember these guys. I don't think we had the best of times against them. So tonight is a bit of a redemption night for Eversio. We have two matches, very important matches, and it's a winner between three teams. And yeah, tonight all of them will be playing basically. So hopefully we can get some wins. Mm, I
I
assume
think 5v45 probably have some either late substitutions or something,
yes,
because they're not banning any champions. I think it happened last time as well,
yes. I
maybe,
was just
if I
about to
remember
comment on
correctly.
that. Most likely that's the case exactly. Late substitutions or some delays, not really sure, but. All right, so Kindred, Akali from Eversio being banned. These are very niche one-trick-esque champions. Very flashy, of course, you like to see them. Um,
hmm
so I guess Drakur wants the Akali ban just in case the Yone is open. But with 545 having that first pick, it's usually been the Varus or the um, or the Yone getting picked up. Now banning Akonic's misfortune.
hmm
He's
Or the only ban.
I really like through the whole series, sort of Iconic's picks have changed, and so have the bans against him. It's like
Yeah.
they can't put a finger on him. The Varus ban forcing them to maybe take Yon. It's very interesting. Now, do they
Varus,
want
as
to
we
take it?
see, has been lane bully, but honestly, in these games that I've seen, he isn't performing well. Like he's not doing well in the games with Eversio and even against them.
Yep,
So
I
this
have
could
the
be
similar
interesting.
feeling. Um, um, I don't know if they force them onto Dion or like sort of if they're confident for it. They
Quirky.
take Corki, which is a pseudo counter to Yon as well. He usually does pretty well in lane against him and scales nicely. Now, what do Eversio respond with? Do we
I
go for
mean,
the Ari again?
Corky has fallen a bit. I mean, he's still obviously powerful as a flexible pick, but I don't think he's still a first pickable champion. Maybe they just pick Corky because he does not want to force Leone from Eversio.
Oh, we see Lilia
Obviously,
getting
the
picked
Lilia.
up again. It's 3 games in a row for a living. So working out for them. He's doing really well in general on this
If
champion.
it's working, don't break it, you know?
You would know. You would know. Um, uh, Next pick here, do you think it's probably going to be a mid laner if they don't want to blind or if they want to prioritize an AD carry pick? Usually, Iconic doesn't tend to pick that often, and it seems like Drakur is okay with the Dion against the Corki. Um,
Yeah, I like this. You have strong mid jungle here with Dion and Lilia. I mean, against Corki, he will fall like before he gets some life steal, Dione, because Corki will have prio, but I don't think it will be that big of an issue.
No, in fact, in the past, whenever people have played Corki against Drakor, I think there's only one Corki that ever did well out of about four. And basically, Drakor just plays the lane very safe until six and sort of plays around the playmaking potential of Yon. Wow, wow,
Oh,
Olaf and Zed,
interesting picks,
what's
yeah.
going on? Were they hearing our comms, Grantless, just before the game? I was talking about Zed jungle, and this just might be it.
This could be. I mean, Zed here can still be put in the mid lane, and honestly, Zed is popping up in
True,
pro play as
true.
well. Because even yesterday, I think there was a Zed ban in the Gen G HLD series, in fact.
And you would
But
think it could be Corki bot lane as an AD
could
carry.
be. This is. I mean, I like this because obviously Zed can be flexed. Core can be flexed mid and bot, and Zed can be flexed mid and jungle. But I think even Olaf can be flexed top and jungle, so they still have some options available here.
Mhm. Interesting. Iglos confidently locking in his Darius here against Olaf. I'm not too sure how this lane goes, both champions in my eyes kind of do similar-ish things. Um, uh, I assume Darius has a bit more burst on the level 6, so that could work in our benefit as well. All right, the Elise
I
Van.
think if I'm not wrong, I think Darius does well into Olaf.
All right, maybe a bit of a misstep from 545 then, playing into Eversio's strength. For me, the Elise Van signals that Eversio think it's going to be a AZ mid, similar to what you suggested. So let's see how it goes. I got a bit
But I
maybe
think
too
mainly
excited.
top lane, I mean, I don't play those champions, but I think it's an even matchup rather than obviously Darius' favorite,
Oh,
because obviously how they will play it. Because Olaf can have a lot of is strong at early level, especially with the X's, and Darius level 6 power spikes with the Olaf, because obviously he only has the E to be unstoppable.
yep.
You
Um,
see
uh,
more AD bans,
it could also be Elise support ban too, and maybe they don't think it's not as a jungle.
or at least ban is for sure for support. At least jungle is not that good or it's quite risky. So it's for support, I think for sure.
Let's see here. Versio will have the last pick here to counter pick the full lineup. Will they be giving it to Iconic or to Awaken?
Oh, there we have it. We have the
Oh,
Senna.
is this potentially a flexible pick for our bot lane? Let's see. Um,
Uh, it could be, but I think right now Senna AD is quite strong. But I don't know how support
yeah, we
is
can
she
have
doing.
we can have Awaken on Cho'Gath
Hmm.
farming. I like it, huh? I see the vision. Let's see, let's see. Nautilus locked in here from 545, helping them get the engage off with the Z and Zoe. Wow, could potentially be. So it is gonna be Zed jungle, Zoe mid, and Corki.
May- I'm just still thinking about what they're picking. I
Mhm.
think that the Corki will go AD. No,
Oh, that's kind of heavy AD if they lock in this action, but
Aurora. I like Aurora against Yone.
all right, he's going through the motions here. Let's see what gets picked up in the end. Oh,
Oh,
there's
there's
the
the
Annie.
Annie as well.
Dracour is famously scared of this matchup. He thought it's gonna be against Corki, but he got bamboozled. It
Yeah, and
will
then
be
he
the
got
Annie.
buffed as well.
Can we maybe
So
play
far,
Yone support and send someone
mm,
else mid? Lock in the Ari. Let's do it. So you were
we've
saying,
seen 2 out of 3 champions picked from the last patch. Smolder's the only remaining champion that hasn't been picked yet. But
yeah,
I like
very
the
very
Tam
true.
Kench here.
So is Tankens farming in this lane, or is it still Senna?
No, I think now how, because last patch they changed Senna. I think with the last changes, Senna AD, I mean farming Senna, is stronger now. So I think he will farm, and I mean just the usual AD carry and support. I think.
Got it, got it. You're more up to date than me for sure in that regard. So we'll have to wait and see. If it's not the worst thing for Tom to farm, I think it might still be worth it overall. They get like more maybe out of it, but if it's that strong, maybe maybe it's not even worth mentioning. Um, Thank you, Same, for joining the chat. Always supporting Eversio. You like to see it. And hello, Mick, correcting me that we did actually win against 545 in the regular split. So uh, maybe not as much revenge, but I'm pretty sure the next team is the team that we need to redeem ourselves with. Just also changing the title quickly. How do you expect team fights to go, Grantless?
Hmm. Team fights are kind of interesting. I mean 5v45 have like an engage, not lose engage, and then they have the follow up from Olaf and Zed. While Eversio, they don't have like a good engage apart from maybe a random Lilia flash Q or a ball from Lilia or a Yone ult or even from a random Tahm Kench W. But the 545 engage is more consistent compared to Eversio. But then if they fight in the jungle, Eversio will be stronger, I think.
Yes, having a lot more of that like AoE-esque control, especially between Yone, Darius, Lilia, to some extent even like Senna Alt as well, having that localized sort of action. I like as well that sort of 545 have the Nautilus, have Olaf and Zed, and we have Darius, so that's also good kind of for Eversio. A lot of counter as well from the Lilia if 545 are ever sort of caught in that scenario. I think we really need to be scared of Annie and potentially Corki as
Yes, I agree.
mhm, the upfront
Especially the Annie,
damage.
they need to keep track of where Annie is, because if she gets a huge flash ult from the Fog of War, it can be a disaster for Eversio.
Yes, potentially taking out Living, or maybe even Drakur himself, or I don't know how, like what Annie's numbers are at the moment or how fit he will be, but that could also be difficult for Iglos on his Darius, especially if he gets stunned and CC'd. Zed
Right.
is also a bit tricky as well. You know, he could potentially try to get on as well, same thing like Drakur or Living before a fight, or even
Mhm.
Senna, you know, without escapes, depending how fit he is.
I mean, honestly, at least apart from any, the Tom Kench can help the other champions against Zed and Olaf, and even Nautilus, because he can just use his ult on one of the champions that is being targeted and can cancel the Zed ult, Nautilus ult, even the Olaf.
That's very true. And I think that they foresaw this as well, understanding that so the 545 are going to have an advantage if the Z or maybe if the Annie can one-shot someone prior to a fight. And I think the Tom helps mitigate that a bit. You'd probably be thinking something like Zillion as well. I don't know if maybe Zillion would have worked here, but I think Zillion Senna is definitely not a good combination. So,
I mean, Zillion would be better for Lily and Darius, but in terms of laning phase, I think Tom
yeah,
Kench here is better to help the Senate. Even he in teamfights will still be a lot useful with his ultimate,
yeah. And I think Tom,
especially against everyone, apart from any maybe.
I think Corky is very strong as well in lane, and maybe Tom is equally or more strong in lane. So sort of Tom can kind of 2v1 the scenario while Senna is supporting him in the back in the earlier levels maybe. Um, uh, you know, maybe a different support here would not have that level of strength. I think few would, to be honest.
Mhm. I think Tom Kench is one of the best picks here. Aren't probably a lot of other champions that would fit in this comp better. Because even with Senna Tom Kench is like a classic
Yep.
duo.
I'm not sure what the delays are. We do have we've yet to get into the lobby, but until then, we'll have to wait and see. Something I would like to comment on as well, maybe not common knowledge, but Zed typically clears faster than Lilia to a certain degree, depending on how far along the game is getting. But in general, if we go farm for farm, just by that, Zed should maybe come out a bit on top in terms of first item or potentially spiking later levels. But overall, Living has been doing a stellar job understanding these matchups and how to play into them. Mm, I'm not too sure here if maybe I don't know if Corki is ever left alone, for example, and Nautilus is roaming to the top lane. Is there a way that Awaken and Ahonic can dive this Corki, or is it never diveable?
Oh, for sure, he can be dive, especially if Tom catches his W on the Corki, he can easily be killed. Because then Tom Kench can even ult the Corki with the stacks, and Senna is strong right now, so
So
they are able to kill him.
I
What
imagine
we need to be careful of is if Nautilus gets a roam to top lane and gets Olaf ahead, because that could be an issue. Because if Olaf is ahead, he can just run into a Versio's team and not be killed, basically.
yep. That you so you actually you think that Olaf could be an issue perhaps, right? Maybe what are we lacking? We are maybe lacking a bit of burst. Maybe if we have the 5 stacks,
Yeah,
could could
exactly.
could help a bit as well. Yeah, he definitely has a lot of targets to get his ultimate off. But I'm not too sure if this champion used to be such a monster, like sort of how you say that season 3 4, like how I
Yeah.
recall. But I'm not too sure
Even in
how he's
recent
doing these
years,
days. Yep,
recent years he was better, but I mean now
too
he's
many
fallen off a
dashes,
bit,
huh?
especially in top lane. but he's still like a strong laner. And if it's in the right comp, he can be a good pick. But usually they just pick an enchanter, or if Olaf is jungle, for example, they pick something like a Zillion or a Karma to help the Olaf, and that would work better. But in this case, the Olaf is dependent on the Annie or the Nautilus to hit the CC on a target and just follow that basically.
I remember sort of I used to play Olaf when Vel'Koz came out. I thought this champion was really strong and does a lot of damage, and I found it hard to fight against him because he has the knock up and slow, blah blah blah.
Hmm.
So I used to look in Olaf with Ghost, and every team fight as it starts, you just ultimate Ghost and run straight towards Vel'Koz. He can do what he
Yeah,
wants. Fun
he
times.
can do nothing.
Takoyaki. Or
But usually now, top lane, for example, we would rush Hydra and then just go like bruiser-ish build. But that has
it's
fallen off. Like Adam used to play it. He used to perform well on it. But obviously, it's a quite situational pick as well, and you need to be good on Olaf as well. Because if you fall behind, you're quite a useless champion.
Yeah, he does have that tendency. I think it's not just falling behind, it's just maybe his scalings aren't the best. His damage is pretty good like early to mid game, especially if you're on par or just a bit ahead, especially.
Mm.
He has great split push potential as well. He can shove waves and do all that. Um, but yeah, he feels a bit like slow or clunky-ish a bit later on in the game.
Exactly. I mean, if this goes to late game, Eversio should have this in the bag, unless Annie gets a good ultimate. Because Olaf will fall off, Senna will outscale the Corki, Dione scales good, Lilia will outscale the Zed as well. Even Tahm Kench outscales the Nautilus. Top lane maybe are kinda even in terms of scaling, because Darius doesn't have any help from his teammates. But overall, Eversio would have it in the bag if it goes
Yeah.
to late game.
I think it's maybe a bit of a tall ask to see if because it's like in my eyes if they like Zed and Annie, right? These two. If these two sort of use their abilities and even kill two members of Eversio, which I don't think will be easy, especially maybe only Senna's maybe 100% burstable, and Living might get like some away or have ult or Zhonya's eventually. There's other ways they can counter it, but after that, it's like, there's still a Darius and you're mostly
Yeah,
melee.
exactly. But still, even they have burst. If the Tahm Kench doesn't get hit by any CC, the Senna should still be safe from it. Because if they target the Senna, Tahm Kench can just eat her, give her a huge shield, and run away. And Senna, obviously, as she scales, she has increased range, and unless, as we said, any catches her out of position, she just uh, outranges all of their champions.
Yep, definitely. 545, they need to win early. They need to sort of crash Eversio with this kind of comp. We expect them to finish the game between 23 to 25 minutes, potentially earlier. If not, and if Eversio play as they have been playing, very smart, calculated, laid back, and sort of playing into their strength, I'm pretty sure we have what it takes. And I
No,
think
for
this is
sure.
the first or second time we've seen Aiglos pull out his Darius. I know that he likes to play this champion, so it's nice that he got to pull it off in one of these events. Let's see.
It's a classic from Igos. Let's see.
I mean, it's no Maokai, but
Both top laners have Ghost and Flash, in fact. So we probably see a lot of action in the top lane.
I wonder what this Olaf's name means. 2 meters.
Hmm.
All right, here we go,
Hopefully
guys.
he's right.
Eversio versus Team 545. Let's go. Hashtag Everwin in the chat. Hello, hello. Who's that? Kiko DGAF. Hello, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Good afternoon to you too. It's the evening, but okay.
Both top laners opting for D Blade as well. they're going to fight for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bloody top lane fight festival. Let's see who gets the better end of the stick.
In the jungle, attention is also important here. Because if both junglers are tracking bot lane, for example, it's dependent on the top laners, but if one of them is going to track to top lane, he can swing the matchup easily.
Yeah.
I mean, bot lane should be left alone
Is
from
there
Project Eversio,
is
because they
there a,
don't have a lot of options.
is there a point in this top lane where, like, for example, let's say if Olaf is ahead, like for example, who's gonna win like the until level 6, you know? Is it Darius or Olaf? I think Olaf, right? Or
I think Olaf, if he plays like for short trades,
with range
but I
on
think
Q
if
and stuff. Like,
yeah, basically, but if it goes to a longer trade, I think Darius will have the upper hand.
all right, all right. And does it remain like that throughout the game, or is there ever a point where Olaf can beat the Darius?
Uh, on level 6 it's harder for the Olaf to play it because with the level 6 for Darius it's quite easy to kill the Olaf, especially with full stacks of the passive. See some action in the bot lane already.
Yep, and this is a conic on the Senna. So first time he's pulling this out. See how it goes. Very volatile bot lane. Oh no, Dracour receiving a ton of damage here.
Oh,
This could be a rough
okay.
start for that mid lane.
That was a clutch dodge there by Iglos, because I think if the X hit Darius there, he would have got a huge chunk. Oh, both goes at the same time.
Okay,
But we're
so
seeing Lilia spotting for top lane while Zed spotting for bot lane, so this can help Iglos if Lilia manages to get the gank.
seems like the Olaf is very confident, understands his matchup as well. Iglos seems to respect it as well. So I'm pretty sure both are sort of on similar pages. Meanwhile, in the bot lane here, I really like how capable Iconic and Awaken are at keeping these waves from sort of over pushing, and they always get pushed when they need it. It's very intelligent wave control from the Eversio bot lane always.
Yeah, it was really good. Even if you missed it, Senna there had bone plating up, so the trades would be in favor for Senna with the bone plating.
A nice flash there
But
by Iconic. Great timing there to basically miss an auto attack
they,
for the Zed.
they need to be careful here though. Senna has no sums, but at least they got the level up, so now they should be safe to play it.
Yep, and Iconic is running the fleet footwork, so that will slowly in time heal him up.
Iglos manages to
Let's see.
push the wave and is looking for a recall.
Now we could get an instant gank in the bot lane, but I don't think that's possible here. Corki might be recalling, but a great way to bait out the enemy bot here to stay a bit longer. Maybe Living gets a gank off. Meanwhile, mid lane
Mid,
forces
Karma's
the
not there.
flash.
Uh,
The coordination from 545 is really there right now.
mhm.
Just the advantage of the speed from Zed, pretty much.
Unfortunately, I had my camera locked on Corki for some reason, so I didn't see the mid gank. But I saw the Yone had to blow his flash.
Yep.
Oh, this could be a close fight, I think.
Oh, there's a level advantage here for the Olaf, and
Ooh.
he does make a difference. So
Igos
there it
had to
goes.
flash earlier there.
Yep.
Now,
Not
the Olaf has huge advantage over the Darius. This could hurt Eversio to scale.
lucky there is that cannon minion. I mean, it's a big difference in gold, but it will help in slowing down the loss as much as possible.
Olaf seems
Olaf.
to option into going to the Stybreaker instead of the Ravenous Hydra. The Stybreaker is still a good first item for Olaf, especially against ranged champions, because it helps him to stick on them. So, good choice by the Olaf as well. The bot lane got the recalls, mid lane got the recalls. But Annie still has the TP up while Yone had to use the TP. This could lead to an advantage for 5v45.
Yes, we're slowly bleeding out, but it's not that bad. We're fine with it, you know. It could have been worse, and that's what we don't want. So far so good. And Niglas seems to
Yone,
still find his space.
but it's a bit of a bad lane state there. The wave is pushing into the Olaf. But maybe if Darius gets 6 here, he can play it. There it is. Let's see.
Oh no, another fight
Oh,
here in top lane.
there's the
Iglos! My
flash.
gosh, what was that? That's how you play it from behind as well.
Hmm,
That's the Iglos we expect when he locks in Darius. And he gets a
well
trade
played
in
there.
as well.
Using the flash advantage there to get the heal.
Sadly, not in a position to secure this dragon for Eversio, though Living trying his best. He's hovering the area here, but he has no bot and mid prio. A bit hard of a fight to take. Oh, the
Oh,
Corki.
Corki could be out of position. I managed to Valkyrie out.
I'm pretty sure
They're still
Living
looking for a
wants to
fight
play
here.
this. Yep. This might be a good position for Eversio. It's Annie we need to
Any,
pay attention. Alright,
yeah,
we're out,
any
we're out.
was roaming first. But
I
both
like it though.
sounds,
It was exciting.
yeah, some action. But both sounds blown by Awaken there. But even the Nautilus has used all his sums. So at least it's an even trade.
Nautilus without that flash doesn't threaten Iconic all that much, but he will ping 6 soon, and that could also be a bit of trouble. The instant knock up there, point and click from the Nautilus. But I guess
Yone is still
Awaken
holding the
can
CS.
always eat him. Oppa.
Yeah, they need to get 6 on both carries because even the Sun Alt can even help top lane if they're going to fight, for example.
I go opting for the plated steel caps first here against the Olaf.
It's a good choice, especially there's Zed in the jungle. It helps for both champions.
Okay, interesting choice as well. And having the tier 2 boots advantage, he can also potentially space out this Olaf a bit better in their short trades.
We're
I'm
looking
not.
at 5v45 here, swapping their top and bot lane. But Darius opted to stay here. Ooh, they're thinking of coming on the Darius here.
Oh, it's a big engage
They've
found on to Iglos. His E
okay.
comes out, the heal comes out. Living
This
gets a
should be huge,
great
I think,
ult.
for Eversio.
The follow-up is simply not there at the moment. Living goes down, Awaken joins the fray. The Darius ult is
Oh,
dropped. Drakor
no
finds the
reset
kill.
for the Darius.
No reset, and it is a 1-for-1 trade overall. Living going down, and this mid laner is down on Annie, giving some space here for Drakor. Do see potentially here the grabs getting started. Awaken could be in a bit
The
of
problem
danger.
here, though, is I think Senna can't go back to lane now. Olaf is between the towers, and I think he will stay between them as soon as he sees Senna. Like this, he will ult, try to kill. I think he will do. Oh, the barrier. Well played.
Well
At
played
least
by
he traded
Iconic.
the kill.
Didn't waste his time. He did have to burn his sums, but he got a shutdown, I think, for that as well. It's
Even though
pretty
he
nice.
traded, it's still a bit bad for Senna, because if you look CS of bot lane, Cork is on 86, while Senna still on 57. But at least
Yep.
he got some money back.
We had to check the gold. The Corki is actually up 300 gold at the moment. Well, 400. So it does make a difference overall. Slowly but surely.
Yone at least is still even in CS, even though he lost that plate. He got the kill in the grab fight. So it should be even. Oh, Senna, I think he is going to die again. Oh, great dodge.
Connect with
I
the
think
moves.
she still
But
dies here.
it's all for naught. Caught a bit out of position here as the 545 sort of Both sides all predict this happening. Let's see if we can do something with the space though, as Living is in enemy territory. And Drakor is trying his best to shove in the lane.
Olaf is on the Lilia, trying to save the Gromp for themselves. This Cork is going to be a bit of a problem, I think. But Diona still will soon have Blade, and the Lilia will soon have the Liandry as well.
Big
That's what
spikes, for sure, especially
Doom
as we
for
get
Eversio.
later on. Yep. With the
They just
Baron
need
being,
to.
yep.
Mhm.
I was gonna say with Baron being delayed these days, it's a bit easier to run these kinds of comps that rely on items as well.
Yeah, they just need to try and aim for maybe at least for Senna 3 items and just get the souls and should be fine.
It could be a Kraken Slayer on the Senna. Not too sure if we
I think they're going Static Shiv right now for as first item. I don't know if Iconic will buy that. I think could be.
looks like Kraken,
Could be.
but I'm
I'm
not
seeing a lot
sure
of
either.
Static Shiv Senna right now. I forgot what items Static is built from. Let me check
Uh,
quickly.
all right, it's probably a slingshot. All right, so now
No, I think he's going Kraken because he has the recurve bow.
uh,
Because Static does not have that item.
in the meanwhile, I don't know if you caught it, but 545 sneak in another dragon. Zed is really strong at taking these dragons, and it's gonna be Infernal Dragon. I think if out of all dragons, that's definitely not one I would like to give them.
And it's an ocean map. So an ocean soul could be a decider here, especially for the 5v45. And ocean soul with Olaf is quite good.
Let's see.
But if Eversio manage to get all 4 Drakes and get the ocean soul, it should be unlosable for them.
All right. I mean, all that sustain, right? And with champions like Lilia Darius, they can stay there for longer. Even Drakur with his lifesteal
They're looking
would be
for a
pretty
mid
sweet.
gank here. But Living is trying to bait them out.
Oh no.
But he just exploded. Oh, I think Darius here should turn the fight.
All right, nice. Iglos gets the first kill. Let's see if we can now play.
Uh,
This is three people.
We can't. No sums. And more kills on the Z.
Zed with these skills, not really the greatest experience, especially considering Iconic will be a bit behind. But overall, maybe not the worst of choices to get some kills. But let's see. So far, the Zed playing it pretty well.
As we've seen Annie there with the Tibers, she just exploded Diona on her own basically. She barely needed help from Zed. And as soon as she finishes Storm Surge or the Shadow Flame, it's going to be hard for Eversio.
Yep, I mean she's running Malignance, guys. It's an item that reduces your ultimate ability, so it makes sense that she one shot the owner with a supporting item. All right, Iglos also going for Stride Breaker, so both of them gonna be using that move speed. Now let's see if maybe Living and Awaken can find some play. They are invading at the moment.
Mhm. They need to be careful though. But I think they could kill the Nautilus here.
Let's see,
It's
Living
quite on its own.
hits the E. Iconic is taking a lot of damage though. Oh, it seems like Living uses
Uh,
his ult. The Nautilus flashes soon after. Oh no, that Q is missed. And it will
Oh,
be a decider, sadly, as Iconic is
yeah,
traded for the Corki.
but at least they used the Flash of Nautilus and got, I think he had a shot down the Corki.
Yes.
Maybe, so at least it's worth it for Eversio. And they're pushing the bot tower as well.
Yep, so far so good though, despite being behind. It's 15 minutes, no towers taken. Um, uh, Lilia's farmed, Darius is farmed, Dion has his item. We're not too far behind. We're like maybe a component away from all our characters. Oh, Living
Ooh,
barely dodging that. The Tiber result gets knocked out, and Awaken manages to blast Cone away. Last bit of health there, he does manage to heal, and that is Eversio escaping from the threat of the Z.
well played. I mean, nothing used from both sides, apart just from some ultimates. So both teams should be fine here. If Dragon was coming to go up here before, it would have been well played by Eversio, because they used Tibers and the Zedald. But I think anyway soon have Herald, and Zed should have his ult back as well. So nothing lost from both teams. Argos
Oh,
here I think got a bit greedy. At least the Nativz got the kill.
now Dragon is spawning, so an odd decision by 545 to commit as much people into the top lane, but maybe the play here is to take the top lane turret quick just before
I
the
think they
Dragon spawn.
I think they still have time to recoil and set up for Dragon. But the Olaf I think won't have his ult up. So that's that. Maybe they can turn the fight around. Or the Corki here could be dead. But a
There's
TP
a
answer from the Annie to help him.
big teleport, that move speed coming in, and there we go.
Oh, she just salted Tamkesh so that he doesn't escape with the W.
So hey guys, no any ult, but I guess the Tom really makes sense in their comp. They would need him. Oh no, Iconic
Oh,
walks
good poke.
straight into that. Let's see, Living is here to return the favor though. Flash from the Lilia,
Oh, he did not hit the Corki.
barely missing that.
Oh, he was looking
Let's.
for a kill here in the mid lane.
Oh, and there's Ocean Dragon
Oh,
getting taken. Living falls to the Quirky here.
once that flash kill by living, almost clipping the Corki, it would have turned the fight around for sure. They would have two easy kills for a dragon. I think Darius got caught again, and maybe Ione is as well. Okay, Tom Kench is there to save him.
This Olaf is potentially menacing here. The Z is yet to fall as well. But farm wise, I mean, Living is 20-ish CS ahead. So we're still doing pretty well in that regard. Bot lane, though, there's that difference as well that's been pointed earlier on. It has sort of continued on into the later game. Surprisingly
I mean,
enough,
we're still
Iglos is
fine.
ahead in top lane. I was not expecting that as well.
We're still fine in items. But the problem is, even though I goes ahead, since he had to buy the Bramble Vest, it will delay his second item. So Olaf is technically ahead of the Darius. But they need some healing reduction against the Olaf.
Yep, for sure. And it seems like Living is actually opting to go for um, the Zhonya's component here earlier on in his build. Oh, it seems big engage here onto Iconic, gets ulted from the Nautilus. Awaken drops dangerously low with the Z following up this gank, and he will fall. Tempo-wise, 545 are just playing a lot faster than Eversio have time to respond.
I mean, no
The
TP on the
teamwork is
Annie,
there.
so maybe they can get some kills.
Oh, big
Will the
flash here
Corki
by
go for the
Eversio.
Herald? At least they managed to get him.
Nice, and we get the shutdown onto Iconic there. So the
If
counter
he managed to
aggression here,
escape that,
yep,
would
that would
have
have been
been.
tilting. Oh boy. All in the
Maybe
meanwhile
we
here.
catch the Olaf here.
See, Drakor is looking.
He's suspecting the Olaf here. Oh, is this another pick on the Darius? Look at the damage.
Oh no, Darius getting out damaged by a bear. That's not a good sight to see. Let's see
Oh, I
if we
think the
can.
Olaf Okay, well played. I think Olaf should be dead. Yeah.
Oh,
Well
the
played by Living
teamwork.
there.
What a combination there. The Zonya's pretty much baiting the Olaf out. For those that don't know, Living is kind of an Olaf enthusiast, so I'm pretty sure he knew about this tech. Enough time for Awaken to come. But in the meanwhile, 545 finding
Oh,
this tier 2 bot lane turret and Corky's
Eversio are forcing the Atakan here as well. So they're trading the towers for Atakan.
trading 2 towers here for this Atakan. What do you think about the
I should
logistics of that? Do you think it's worth overall?
have to check the plans. I mean, they only have 21, so it's not that worth it because now Annie will have the 2 items and 545 has 14 plants. So it's not that big of a lead. I think 5v45 won on that trade overall. Especially Annie got the upgraded boots now and the Shadow Flame, and she will hurt a lot.
Yeah, if you think this Annie was hurting, now she's gonna be critting as well. That's tough to deal with. And everyone's opting for the armor boots here. So this Annie is just loving it, man. Like, no magic resist at all.
And no tenacity as well.
Yep, dangerous combination. I like some counter items here. We have the shield bow by Drakur. So he will be safe from that initial burst. Potentially the Zonias will be complete next for living here as well.
The
Uh,
Mana Immune soon to be sacked by the Corki as well. So big power spikes coming up for 5v45, especially before the Dragon Soul. But at least Living managed to finish the Zonias. Both Sen and Tiona have 2 items, so it could be a close fight here. Maybe Olaf is trying to get his second item as well, trying to finish the Sterax.
let's see. They are on soul point as well. So as you mentioned there, the ocean soul is a big deal.
I think we're going to see a repeat of last time.
Yep,
Living now has the Zonias finished.
we have Zonias and we did bait it out as much as possible.
Oh,
Oh
but
no.
Zed is going for the kill.
Oh, flash for flash
Well
there.
played.
Living will live this.
But unfortunately, the Dragon is up and Living had to flash away. So I think Dragon should be 5v45.
We still have the Lily ult. Maybe he can drop a ball from the side and get an ult off. I'm not too sure, but let's see.
Oh, huge shiny ult.
Big ult taking out Iconic in the beginning of this fight.
But Darius is with the resets. He can clean this up.
Alright, Igloss finding a triple kill there, starting with the Olaf and finishing with the rest of his team. This gives the space Eversio needs to get the dragon. This was such an Eversio fight, guys. Losing earlier on to come back with Darius. This is the Igloss special. Glad to see some of their earlier routes are still available. That's how we do it. So yeah,
Well played by Agos there.
this was one
Getting
of
the reset
the
on the Olaf.
yep, this was one of the things I pointed out earlier on when we were talking about the draft. If Annie finds the ult onto Living here, or even if Zed ults Living, you're still dealing with potentially a strong Darius, a strong Lilia, Yone as well, and to be honest, Tom Kench, let's throw him in the pot. Yeah, but of course we were a bit behind, but it still worked out in that sense. Darius getting that initial reset, and
But
Sterak's
I think
complete now.
it was a bit of a misplay from Awaken there because he went to engage with the W and it left Senna and the Yone, I think, alone against the Annie and she just flash ulted immediately. So he needs to take into consideration to be more careful about engaging.
So better think about that for next time. Yeah, the Tom Kench really works out if we can use that ultimate ability to save the Annie or the Z pick,
Insta.
unless they use it on him. But Z ult blown, Annie ult blown. I'm pretty sure Igos doesn't fall from this. Oh, the
Oh,
double
he
kill
does.
from the Annie.
I think
That
he was
W.
looking for the Q flash there. I was seeing the angle. But unfortunately he got now too salted and he got perma CC'd.
To be honest, that Annie W hurt me watching, let alone in game. Baron
Let's
is
see if
stuck.
Living, that's his, but he doesn't have any flash, so it's going to be a bit hard to steal the Baron here. The Olaf is just zoning him by himself. He's almost going to kill the Senna, and he actually does.
Drakor finds the return kill, but Baron is secured by 545. Pretty sure they want to take those recalls and use their next turn in the advantage.
We got both top laners copying the builds of each other. Almost identical apart from the Bramble Vest and Warden's Mail. Oh, the Annie could be. Yeah, she got caught. I don't know what that TP was. It was kinda an int TP.
Well, if you're Eversio, you take those.
Oh, for sure, she also had a shutdown, so big for the owner. Now he has the IE completed. So we're scaling. Senna just needs to complete the third item, and Eversio should be fine, honestly. But Annie soon will have her death cap finished. That's a huge power spike for her.
As well as this Z is actually pretty big. 3 items
Yes,
completed already.
even Corky.
Oh yeah,
But
I didn't
I
see
think
that.
3 items will be where both teams will be on an even foot when Senna finishes the IE. I think this could be a good fight for Eversio here.
Oh no, it
Oh,
does
but they
seem.
managed to. Uh, 545 managed to collapse quicker than Eversio there.
To be honest, it feels like most of the game that was the case. 545 really finding that those like quick team plays, leaving Eversio just with the time to react. This surely it's not game, right? Yeah, okay. So they will recall here, potentially play for this upcoming dragon. Drakor looking to stop recalls. Oh, a great E by
Oh,
living, but
at
Drakor will
least he
fall for
traded.
it.
Made slighted
Shutdown.
once because that was a 1k shutdown for you, Anna. So it's worth. But Danny, I think we'll have the death cap ready now before the soul. There it is. Yone does not have TP, so he's going to be late for the dragon fight. Oh, what's going on here? But Eversio should have the priority for the dragon, but any at least does not have the Tibers, but she has the flash up. Oh, the Olaf is just running into them. They just need the reset. Oh, Darius dies. I think this is soul for 545.
Yeah, a bit of a maybe forced engage. Oh, the Annie finds the opening here. Playing a bit too haphazardly here, Eversio, starting a misadvantaged fight and also not considering the Annie maybe there in the bush. So we're kind of playing out of desperation at this point for the last few plays.
I
Soul
mean,
now being
honestly,
complete.
as soon as they say Olaf alone, I think they should have collapsed on him, try and get the reset for the Darius. Because for now, I think that's the only winning option. Getting up the resets on Darius and clean the team fight. Oh, well played.
There we go. The Z is doing what all Z jungles do. They take
Just
all
going alone.
all the gold early on and then just do that.
Yeah, he's just going for a flashy play, seems like. But it can cost him the game. Continues playing like this. I think both teams will wait for Baron and will find a fight there. Unless someone gets picked. Tassana have the IE ready. Oh, I think she does. She's just waiting for some gold. Oh, she only managed to get the BF sir, so I think this is going to be rough for Eversio. Unless she manages to get some gold from these minions.
Hmm. Also, something important as well to note, due to the comp that sort of 545 are running, Living had to delay some of his purchases to get
Both
that
teams are
Zodiacs
waiting
as well.
for Baron, but 545 are placing wards all over the Eversio's jungle. Living does not have flash, so it's a bit hard to steal the Baron in this position.
Yeah, so they wanted to
Tam
check
Kench
that.
immediately dies here.
Yeah, and maybe we could have been a bit more ready for the chance they are there. Let's see, sleep goes
Oh, the
down
Zed
on
once again went alone.
3 people.
I managed to escape. They need
Zakor,
the recess for Darius.
down goes Darius. They're a bit too behind,
And
seems
I
like at this point.
think that should be game.
And there it is, guys. A valiant effort by Eversio. I think 545 were just a bit quicker in the rotations, and they played their mid lane pick really really well, convincing Eversio is gonna be Corki mid.
I think the any pick in B5 was kinda amazing to counter the draft. Because if they put Quirky mid here and put another ADC, I think Eversio would have it in the bag.
I agree.
But well played by Favored 5. But
Yes,
we still have another game to play.
exactly. Let's hope that all is well. Mood is a-okay, and we are ready to continue on in this event. So the next game will be against NTZ, I
Köszönöm,
believe.
Samayansin.
Uh, Thank you, thank you. Yep, I was indeed muted.
I thought I was talking alone.
All right, my bad. So, yeah, that I actually said. In fact, I did notice because I was talking about the Anipic, that sort of 545 were always sort of playing a bit quicker than Eversio, and they played their mid lane draft really really well, and yeah, they managed to land that as an advantage throughout the game. So it's like well played to them. Of course, I hope we can keep our spirits high for the next game. It's starting soon, so a couple of things maybe to go over for Team Eversio, and they'll be right back. So, do you have anything extra to say about this game, perhaps?
I mean, as you said, I think 545 were faster on the collapsing on team fights. I think that what was the main difference in the game. And I think they focused and that swap that they did with the top and bot lane. Even though they won the graph fight, Eversio, it put Senna a lot behind because Olaf managed to get between towers, managed to kill her before catching the wave, and she fell like 40 CS behind with that swap. So they need to take that into consideration as well.
Yep,
But other than
indeed.
that, I mean, team fights were played good when they were even, but then as they fell behind, it was quite hard to get back on their foot.
Yep, a couple of good plays. They seem a bit as well, maybe a bit scattered in the fights. It just seems like 545 were always a bit quicker in that sense as well. And we did get a couple of good plays in, um, especially like when we were baiting and deck, but overall, sadly, not for us. So I'm gonna be maybe not as focused. I'm gonna try and enter the next lobby for the next few seconds. So let's see. We have the draft link already here. Stay tuned, stay tuned. Game 2 at 10:30 should be the draft, so trying to speed it up.
Now I'm trying to see if all teams go 1-1, how will it affect the tiebreakers? I think maybe fastest game winners, maybe. Because if all three teams go 1-1. I don't know what will happen.
Let's let's maybe hope that it plays to our favor somewhat, as always.
But at least maybe to get at least a 4, Eversio has to win here, and then I don't know if they already played, but 545 has to win against Nativz Academy to guarantee top 4.
Fastest winners, it seems like Mick is confirming in chat.
All right.
All right, so you heard
We
it
have to
there,
win in
guys.
20 minutes.
Yep. Um, we have to win in 20 minutes. I think Natives are one of the better teams in this series as well. So we'll have to see how it goes. Hopefully we manage to pick off some advantage.
Maybe get a Smolder in this draft as well. And I'll be 340 with the new champions. I mean, Senna, unfortunately, she's good, but if she doesn't get help, like after the swap, she fell behind and couldn't get back on her feet. But if she scales and gets the souls, she's really strong right now. And as we've seen, Annie is just a powerful pick in the mid lane. Just 2 items, 3 items, and she just almost kills your entire team.
Yep. It's really hard to play that matchup in general as well, and the Zed was doing really well up until, his maybe his last two plays, but overall, like good rotations, good activity. He got Iconic's flash and barrier
Mhm.
earlier on, and he also got Drakur's flash as well a few seconds later. Top lane needed the help. It was a very volatile lane, and yeah, it's either you ignore top lane completely in this matchup for Eversio, and you just all hands on deck for the bot lane, or
I mean, top lane, they honestly went even. I mean, Aglos got 2 solo kills on the Olaf, but then in team fights, I think both of them did their job. I mean, Iglos or the Darius got the triple kill in one team fight and managed to turn the fight, and the Olaf just was also running their entire comp. So honestly, it's not on their fault at this game. It's just the collapsing from 545 that was better, honestly.
yep, a lot quicker plays. I think sometimes you can really tell like certain things that Eversio still need to get under control. Majority of games we've seen them lose is just because the enemy team is just a bit more quicker, a bit more organized. It almost jump scares Eversio that three people are here suddenly. And yeah, it's sometimes it's worked in their favor as well. They've managed to predict it and counteract it. I would say they have a solid like 40% um, success against this type of play. But in general, yes, as they play, they hopefully they are talking to each other and sort of understanding where the next steps go, and they can get it done quicker and faster and more efficient as
Exactly.
well.
I think if they get better on the swaps, the lane swaps, I think they could fight for first for sure. Because I think that's the issue that I'm seeing is when the enemy team is swapping against them, they're falling behind on it. Like as even though they won the graph as we see, but the Sana fell behind and it was hard from there on.
So let's change the Steam name there. Yep. In lane, it wasn't too bad overall,
No,
but
all of the lanes were going even, especially Eversio were scaling com, so it was good for them. But as soon as the swap happened, that's when things turned a bit worse.
um, yeah, we're missing a connect potentially here. Maybe in the bathroom or something, but soon the draft will begin. We'll get to see the next steps here. Once again on red side, usually it is the preferred side for Eversio, getting that last counter matchup. But they do lose the potential of picking the Yon or Varus here. It does seem like
Mhm.
the
In
draft has
fact,
started.
in fact, they had to ban the Varus on red side to deny that first pick,
There's
but
gonna be,
Natives immediately banned the Yone.
yep, it doesn't seem like they play it, otherwise they'd play towards it. And after seeing such a game, maybe you'd expect teams not to be that concerned with Dion. Just go any, guys. It can't be that hard.
Yone and Ornben, I think these are good bans on the side of Natives Academy. Akshan and Cyrus bans. So I think their mid laner quite good if he's drawing out these bans.
Yeah, so far they've done their homework, of course. Orn has been doing really well forever, so I think they have 100% win rate on this champion.
I think so.
So in general, it's
The
doing really
Varus
well.
ban as well.
All right, so we have the Ari open, the Lilia open potentially here for Eversio. Darius again. I mean, Igros
The
is a great
Yasuo as well.
Darius. The Yasuo as well. Not too confident with the Yasuo myself as a champion, but of course Rahur is a big time player of this champ. We can go the Diana Yasuo. We did play it before,
Mm-hmm.
and the Gangplank ban has to hurt, I
Gameplay.
think.
Interesting.
Iglos being an enjoyer of this champ as well. So let's see what
And what are
natives
natives
go
thinking?
for.
And they're looking for an Ash.
The Corki first pick, imagine.
The
It is gonna be
MF.
the MF, alright.
And that's also a deny on the side of Eversio.
Now
So
is
it's a
MF,
good pick here by
is it first pickable though?
I mean, she can be first pickable for sure.
Mm. We can go for
Because
Ash
right
here.
now,
Or,
she's like the maybe. I mean, she's quite on top on the AD carry list, like Ash, Kalista, and the Varus, and then the MF probably.
are we going Brom Lucian?
Ooh.
Has
Or
should
Nami Lucian. Are we seeing it? But they don't need to pick the support here for now, because if they go Nami MF, but they opted to go for the Brom here.
Yeah,
Maybe to not get denied.
they want to take it earlier on to potentially block the MF ult.
Mm-hmm.
So
So good picks.
yeah, I don't think natives expected them to go like that, but I think Brom really is a hard matchup for MF to play around, but it is possible, of course. Let's see what natives slot in their next two picks here. They have support option, maybe jungle option as well. These are both open at the moment. Rakan
They go
MF.
for the Rakan.
All right, so good setup for
Interesting.
the MF. Not
Think
too
it's.
sure how the Rakan into Braum matchup works, but I guess he could maybe get double charm value if the Braum jumps to someone.
Hmm.
Next pick here
I
for
mean, there aren't a
natives.
lot of like Zyra is really good into Brom, but then you're just playing Zyra in the jungle and support. And if you have Zarya and Lilia, it's not that good as a duo. So Rakan will help the Lilia. Because
We are
MF can
getting.
be left alone as well.
So what do you think Living goes here? Does he now play the Z? Is that how it goes?
Hmm.
Let's see. Um, I don't know.
I mean, I think maybe Nafiri could be an option, especially if mid lane are looking to play the mage, or they're just looking the Ari. Okay.
All right, nice. We give some space here to Living to pick out his choice. The next set of bans coming up next, we have mid and top lane options open here for natives. I'm not too sure on what they play, but uh, we'll have to wait and see, right? I
Mhm.
think
That could
something like
that
Camille would be very dangerous for a verse to face against, but
could be, but I think Ambessa would be better than Camille right now because of her ultimate. I think living here would be looking to go for something like a Pantheon or Nafiri probably, or maybe a spicy AP jungler.
yeah, we'll have to wait and
Infect
see.
and dude.
I don't know about you, dear Ben. I'm pretty sure Lilia wins that by a mile, but it is banned out at the moment. Mel also getting banned out from Eversio. Strong champ overall. Um,
I'm, I'm looking at what Nativz Academy mid laner is going to pick here, because he seems to be quite a good player. They're banning out probably 4 champions.
true. The action, Silas, Mel, and Aurora all targeted bans here.
There's still Talaya open, Azir open right now, so there's still some options left. Ooh, the Yorick ban. They're not afraid of the Darius. In fact, they locked in Shen. The Shen for Iglos. What will Nativ's Academy answer be? Maybe they look for the Vladimir? An
Let's see.
answer to the Shen?
So Shen is a strong champion, especially at the moment.
Mhm.
Igos has played it before. Didn't have the
Another
greatest
Olaf?
success, but is it really? Oh
Another
wow,
Olaf.
that's boring. But
Oh.
is Olaf strong now or hello?
Uh, I mean, I'm not seeing him a lot in top lane. But in solo queue, I mean, he's always strong, so. And I think he got buffs recently. Oh,
There's the Smolder.
there's this one there. He's going mid lane for sure. We've seen today Faker has played it in mid lane, in fact. So maybe copying from the GOAT. Oh, and living, in fact, goes to Z.
All
So we're
right,
going to
so
have an up, a changing jungle matchup here in terms of living. So let's see how he performs here.
so flip the script here. Lilia and Zed. Maybe it's a hidden matchup secret, but yes, Zed does clear a lot faster than the Lilia. Despite that, Living did have better CS the last game. Let's see. Just before we get into the match, once again, I ask you, how do you see the fights going here? I like the Zed against like Smolder, even against Lilia in
Hmm.
this case. Um,
Honestly, um, if Zed does not ult the Olaf, they don't have a lot of damage, I think, on the Olaf to kill. And I think Native's Academy will win, in terms of scaling. But the mid jungle of Eversio is better, because Smolder is not that good in the early game. So, and even level 6, Zed and Ari can roam, and even Shenalt on top of them can easily dive the bot lane, for example. So I think they should just focus on the bot lane, especially with Lucian Brom, trying to perma dive the MF and Rakan. Because Ari should have prior against the Smolder, and she should just perma play around the river bot side. If the Lucian gets ahead, should be an easy game for Eversio.
all
But in
right.
general team fighting, I think Native Academy is better with the MF Rakan Lilia follow-up.
Yeah. The way the fights start, I think it could be a bit difficult, maybe a bit for natives. It has to maybe be a bit reliant on the flash from Lilia. Rakan can get maybe charmed himself, maybe stunned if given the right scenario, or taunted as well. A lot of things to maybe deter him. But we need to see a more organized version here in these fights, because if it just goes sort of out
Hmm.
of control, I can definitely see Rakan misfortune sort of snowballing a bit, Lilia as well on top, and Smolder is just enjoying the chaos,
Yeah, exactly.
slowly like scaling up, right?
They need to
Um,
focus like on one target, play target by target, and kill them one by one basically. Because they don't have a lot of Eversi does not have a lot of AoE, unless a random 5-man taunt probably gets hit. But other than that, they have a lot of single target damage, so they should just focus a target and go one by one. But they obviously need to be careful of the random Rakan engage, followed by the MF and the Lilia sleep. But other than that, Eversio are in a comfortable spot here. But they need to focus bot lane. They need to perma dive the bot lane, I think, here.
Let's see, 2 minutes and 40 seconds take us out sort of till the
But
game starts.
they can make plays in mid lane as well. Because the Smolder can easily be diveable, especially with Zed and Ari. A lot of damage coming from those champions. So if bot lane does not work out, they can still play around mid, for example.
Hmm.
And top lane just needs to farm, honestly. He will outscale the Olaf and just try to help his teammates with his ultimate ability.
Might be a bit tough to trade into the Olaf, but maybe short hair trades. But I don't know how to play that fight, to be honest. Um, would you ever consider swapping in this case, sending Igros bot lane at some point, or?
Mm, it depends on the situation. Because if um, Lucian and Brom are winning, they should just continue matching the MF and Drakan, and Shen just farms under tower. But if they're even, maybe they can try and do something like that. Maybe catch the Olaf out of position. Maybe they get the grabs as well. But unless bot lane are not ahead, they should keep the same matchups. Or what they can
Yeah,
do maybe is swap with the mid lane, for example. Put the Ahri top lane, bot lane mid, and Shen bot lane, for example. That could be another option as well. Because Smolder can't play against Lucian Brom.
yep, for sure. It has to be the small mid lane here. And to Ari, I mean, maybe, I mean, should be Ari favored, I would assume, right? Overall, or
In the early game, for sure, Ahri should have prio and should get ganks easy for Zed. But uh, when Smolder gets stacks, he can just poke her out and can eventually kill her. But Ahri should always have prio. Because Smolder obviously is quite an easy champ to gank.
yep. And we've seen what Zed can do from the last game. A lot of bursts coming out from that champion. So definitely, if a charm is landed, um, Smaller should be in trouble there. All
Both top
right.
laners opting for the TP in this scenario. No Ignite from Shen, no Ghost from Olaf. So we'll probably see less action in the top lane.
Yep, that is the teleport difference this time. So Iglos will be happy to take a nice and chill lane. Not too much trading going on.
The normal 5-point defense from both teams. Rakan is a bit pushed, but Braum spotted him right away. So probably nothing will happen. Skyfall, this is the second game. First game, 5v45 won. So it's 0-1 for Eversio for now. And I don't know if Nativz and 545 play against each other.
Yes, Natives in
These
fact
are
did.
still tiebreaker games,
Yep,
so no best of threes yet.
Natives beat 545 and 545 beat Aversio. So if Aversio win this, there you go. I believe we're going to fastest game time if it comes to that point.
Yes. If Eversio wins, it will be whoever had the fastest game time. We see mid lane, Smolder outering the Ahri because of bone plating. So Drakor needs to take caution of that and trade when the bone plating is down. But Smolder still outtrading the Ahri. I think I would have preferred setting the Q for Ahri to just get the push. But good trade by Eversio bot lane here.
So I don't know exactly if the matchup is favoring Eversio. I think they have a fair chance with the aggression Lucian has to offer, and they can't really engage thanks to Brom and his stun.
Mhm. No, I think Lucian Braum will have prior perma against the MF Rakan. Because if Braum ever hits a Q, especially on the MF, it will be a hard trade for Eversio.
Nice and
We're seeing
steady
Shen running
opening
top
here.
lane.
Quite reasonably winning it as well.
Hmm.
Looking really
Both
nice for
junglers
him.
are trading sides. Zed going for bot lane while Lilia hovering top side. Let's see if either of them manage to get a gank. Like
Oh,
Zed is looking here. Maybe they bait Rakan with the W.
oh my gosh, man! For a second I thought living was Lilia.
Hmm.
Alright, there's the gank, the stun on Rakan. Eesh.
Well played.
Sadly, first blood there on to awaken, but yes, of course, nice little teamwork play there by Eversio. Secure that kill.
Lilia's looking for a gank, but Igor should be fine here.
Oh, the flash there, dodging the Q.
The wave probably is a bit bad for Iglos if Olaf manages to freeze that.
Seems like the
But
smolder is working
Olaf,
out for them, for
mhm,
natives.
but Olaf still has no mana, so Igor should be safe here. We see Living hovering top lane now as well. Maybe they're looking for a dive.
Let's see it. Dive V2. Some nice damage here coming out from
Oh,
Iglos.
well played.
Living is there, and they do finish him off. Nice teamwork play here by Versio once again. Living stepping it up there. The speed of Zed allowing him to get these plays off.
Good play from Living. The early game for now. Managing to get bot kills and top kills.
Still ahead in the CS department as well.
Hmm.
So looking good overall there. Mid lane,
Lilia
I'm
wasted a lot
having
of time.
how you say like some trouble with. The Smolder is really doing work at this point.
I mean, Smolder is just free farming, trying to scale. I mean, the grass is really good on the Smolder, especially for trades. But I mean, Ari's job is just to try and clear the wave as fast as possible and try to roam either top or bot, preferably a bot lane with Zed. Her goal is not to kill the Smolder on her own.
Hmm. All right. Oh,
Oh, I think
bot lane saying
push
hello to
trade
each
on the
other.
MF. Well, bot laners are trading heavily. Zed is already here in the tribush before Lilia,
It is warded though.
but they still managed to get the kill. And does he stay alive? Oh, unlucky.
You know what? I'll take it. It's a kill
Yeah,
onto
for
the
sure.
Rakan, resetting the goal as well. Ignite burned. Feats
And
of
even the
strength.
MF died, so she will miss the wave as well.
All camps down as well. Nothing lost for living in this moment. Probably looking for this next dragon. Living
Good Q by Awaken though,
heavily
cause
ahead.
catching the MF out of position. Because in fact Red was going to recall, but as soon as Awaken hit the Q, immediately cancelled it and went for the kill. So looking good for Eversio in the early game. Um, Smolder is still on 44 stacks, so at least not that big. But now as soon as he got his first upgrade, he will soon start to stacking faster because of the AoE Q.
Yep. That 25 stacks, the Smolder is going to start dealing damage in AoE.
Oh,
Top laners
Olaf
are
is,
duking it out.
was looking for the kill, but Zed is here, so this could be a kill.
I have a feeling this Olaf was picked like, hey, wow, I forgot about Olaf. Yes, I like to play him as well. And he did well against Eversio.
I think this should be a kill on the Olaf. Oh, but the taunt missed. Unlucky. Ooh, still managed to get the kill.
Wow, living with the Q. Saving that moment.
2v2 kill in the bot lane as well.
And the Conic and the Waken find the kill. Crazy, 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 crazy. So it's looking like it's gonna be a three-way tie here, Grantless. Now, come on,
Don't count them
Eversio.
out.
We need to finish this like quickly, guys, alright?
It's still early. The Smolder is still in a good spot. And MF just needs a good ult. One team fight. But it's looking good for Eversio. They just need to continue playing like this and not do frustrated plays. See. I think a Serpent Swing could be ideal here on the side of Nativz. Will they manage to take the blue as well? No smite on the Lilia though. Too interesting engage by Rakan here. Oh, big cult I think from the Lilia here.
Oh,
And as we see, MF does not stop the... Uh,
damn, what's going on here? The combination of ultimates there between Lilia, Smolder, and MF melting Eversio away.
yeah, that's the problem. Even though we were ahead, they still have a good team fight comp, especially with the MF Lilia. And from a virtual side, Zed is the Fed champion for now, so they need to play with him. Manages to get the kill on the Smolder as well. So I think they just need to play around Zed and get kills with him.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it seems like almost a no-brainer in team play that if we're ahead, we kind of try to play together and continue the advantage. Maybe four against four, but having three members against an organized team, you're just asking for trouble at some points. And like you said, they have a sort of all-out team fight comp. And Eversio's mid bot lane are more into like picking off people. We want top lane here. A bit
Ooh.
dangerous for Agos. A nice flash dodging that Q. And the follow-up slow. He will survive this. And he does have teleport, should he choose to recall here.
I think Igor should just play it safe, doesn't clear waves and not try and kill the Olaf. Even though it's good for the Shen to kill the Olaf, he just needs to scale. And eventually he will be able to kill him. Because now he has no flash. At least the Olaf does not hard commit on him.
Let's see, we keep pressuring this bot lane. What I just realized MF's name. Interesting, very much.
Mm.
Um, yeah, we are pressuring that for sure.
Uh,
Oh, Lilia is here.
Even though it's good by Igos here to escape the gank, but it's going to be at least 2 plays for Lily and Olaf.
Yep, and the teleport on top there. The risk of overstaying there, perhaps, but he did stay for his Titanic Hydra. Let's see here. Living could try to find a play in the bot lane without retaliation.
Let's see. Even the Ahri is looking for the bot dive, as we said in the pre-game. They should just perma dive the bot lane. But the MF ult to clear the wave. Excellent shield by Awaken. Oh, okay, they did not get the aggro back. The tower is still charged, so the Zed instantly dies. That is more than die here. Oh, the grass heal and the ult heal. Honestly, this was really well played by Rakan. He played the dive really well and managed to keep Smolder alive. So props to Rakan there. But I think they should either have went on the Smolder earlier or just left it like that, because now Smolder has 3 kills, a lot of stacks.
All right, a bit of a transition here. Natives are picking up the earlier slack, and it's on the people you do not want fed,
Yeah,
considering
the
the
MF is
small there.
back now after being down in CS and in kills. Now as we see top lane, Shen is perma pushing in the Olaf with the Titanic, and he's also winning in the trades. Especially Olaf does not have a first item yet completed. Even though the dive did not go exactly as planned, I think they still should continue pressuring this bot lane. Because now Rakan does not have any sums. Oh, I think this is risky by Aglos. Thankfully he still had taunt up.
Yeah, a couple tower shots too much there, and he does end
And
up.
he has no flash still as well, so he needs to play a bit careful against the Olaf here. He can easily kill him. Oh, nice, well played by Aglos. Forcing the flash from Olaf there. Getting a bit greedy. Managed to secure the Inferno Dragon. And it's going to be a Chemtech soul. So both teams, I mean, Chemtech soul benefits, not Chemtech soul, Chemtech Dragon benefits Shen with his ultimate. But does not benefit anyone from Nativz apart maybe the Rakan heal.
Oh, Iglos there, almost managing to outplay this Lilia,
Mhm.
but it won't be the case though. We did take the Infernal Dragon in the meantime.
But we're seeing this again, trying to force the bot lane, as they should. I think the MF here should die instantly. Well played.
Big engage there onto the MF. The Smolder teleport is also coming out.
And even the Olaf TP.
Living forced to flash. Living is Olaf is also
Oh,
here, and Living does sadly fall there to the Smolder. Multiple resources burned there
yeah.
by natives to retaliate.
There's a difference for killing Shen. Because if Shen was alive here, this would have easily been a 1-4-0, the side of Eversio. But well played by Eversio, continuing to pressure the bot lane. But Smolder is getting a bit big. Back forcing the Shen out on the Ahri and the Flash.
Yeah, a bit maybe overkill there on resources, but yeah, nonetheless, it is used. I feel like maybe they need to sort of unify their plays a bit more. They seem to have a different understanding at different points in time, maybe of uh, of what's important. But yeah, let's see how it goes. They did send the AD carries here into the top lane. We do see that Living on his set is at the second item already. He's the first person to hit that power spike, way beyond sort of
Mhm.
anyone else on the map.
Honestly, interesting item choice here by Dracul going for the Black Fire Torch. Especially after the patch notes Magnus got buffed. So I think Magnus should be the first item choice for Ahri now. But Backfire Torch is still good on the Ari. I think I prefer Magnus here. Because they have to continue making plays with the ultimate. See, top laners just trading, like the usual. We're seeing Eversio bot lane trying to pressure the mid lane tower. It's important, the tower, for both teams, so if the first tier 1 tower gets down, it opens the map a bit. But nothing seems to be happening, just both teams farming. And Small they're just getting free stacks, honestly. So this will benefit Nativz.
Now, Smolder's getting all these stacks isn't the worst thing in the world. He's not gonna have Zonia's or Guardian Angel. And if there's a sort of the Fed Zed with a Shen Alt on top, I think it's pretty decent as well. So we might be able to counteract that, but it is, of course, a very big win condition. If we don't start the fights in a good position to try and do that to him,
I
a lot
agree.
of splash damage and AoE.
Lilia managed to finish the Zonia's second. So she's going to be a bit harder to kill. If it's possible to kill her.
It's interesting here. We're sending Living in the side lane here to match this Olaf.
No, it's a good choice because I mean Zed has 2 items on the Olaf. And he can easily kill him. But they need to be careful because Rakan is here, Lilia's hovering as well. Oh, I think this could be good for Eversio. Or TP flank from the smolder.
There we go. There's the
Oh,
Brom stopping that, but
this looks like a massive fight from both teams.
very messy indeed there. So far, we're 2-4-3 at the moment, benefiting Natives
Mhm.
overall.
I mean, Shen there had to choose who to ult, either continue helping Living. Maybe it would have been the correct play. But honestly, it's a good play as well, ulting the Lucian, since it's helped him to survive and kill the Lilia.
Yeah, a
But
bit
I
of
have to see it
good
again to
choices.
see what would have been the correct play. It was a bit hard decision to do there, honestly.
Smolder as well now completing that second item. I did not notice it
Mhm.
in time before, but it would have played a big difference in this fight.
And let's see how many stacks he has. He has 189, so he's soon going to have the 2 to 5 threshold. Going to be a bit scary for Eversio here.
We have Burn Dog 3 there telling us that I'm sure Lilia will die this game after Zonia's. And yes, you are correct. It was
Usually.
the first step. Let's see here.
Iglos, I think, is he going for a Harsi in this game with 2 giant belts? Because I think, or maybe a Warmox. Warmox would be a better option for sure. Some trading going on top lane there. And we see Shen always going on top with the Titanic. This should open the mid lane tower now. Or, ooh, barely destroyed it. So both mid lane towers are low for both teams. Let's see, Dragon still a bit far away to spawn. However, it's trying to get the vision needed for Dragon. Oh,
Oh, there's the Lucian damage.
oh,
Oh, Living barely missing that Q, but flashes and ults straight after.
yeah, I think it wasn't worth it for the kill.
Does he
He should
fall?
just take
Ah,
the.
damn. That is living falling just before this dragon.
Oh, it's a good fight here by Eversio, honestly. But the Olaf has arrived now. The Smolder's still alive.
Oh no, it's Olaf and
Uh,
Smolder cleanup crew here.
I think they should have taken the win by by Iconic just taking the flash from MF. And after missing the Shuriken, Zed should have just backed off because it went really bad for Eversio.
Yeah, he's their main damage source as well. And to be honest, this Smolder is playing beautifully right now. He's playing really
Mhm.
well into his champion. Sometimes League is more a case of do you understand your champion's identity and win conditions, like within
Yeah,
this team comp and win more than just playing the champion, you know?
as we see, Smolder is now Exodia. They got the Infinity Edge and also has the stack threshold for the execute. So it's going to be a lot harder for Eversio now to win. But if they manage to catch the Smolder, it's winnable for Eversio. They're still quite close in gold. Lucian does has the IE as well. We see Olaf here going for the Thunder Sky instead of the Serax from last game. Which honestly is a good item because it gets a lot of healing for the Olaf. Olaf
Hmm.
forcing the ult from the Ari here.
Not sure if maybe this is the like most comfortable build Drakur has on the Ari. It's most of the time this is the build he prefers to go for a lot of cooldown reduction,
I mean,
maybe
it
for
was
the wave
good
cleanup.
before the patch, but since AP items got changed and buffed, I think this item is a bit outdated. I think I mean, it's still a good item choice, but in this case, I think he should have went for the Magnus to continue trying to look for plays. Because
Big
he will be
fight.
tanky with this build and has a lot of movement speed, but they need some damage to kill the target. Honestly, well played by Daku here, catching the Lilia out of position, but Izai goes out of position here as well.
Oh, nice charm there by Drakur lands, and that is Lilia falling. Sadly, on the
Yeah,
sidelines
but
here, Iglos is sort of doing the same. Can't get a hold of this game at the moment. It's just going
yeah,
back
it's
and
a
forth.
good charm by Drakur there. Will
Rakan
they
there,
manage to kill the small there? But
Living
Olaf
takes down Rakan. Olaf is
is
here.
killing everyone.
Iconic finds the trade
Iconic
against
manage.
the MF. Oh, nice dash
Oh,
by Drakur there, dodging the Q. Healing from Triumph on Iconic saves him from the Smolder Burn. Crazy fight
okay.
there, very well played from Eversio. Come on, guys. That's it. That's what we want to see.
Yeah, well played by Drakur, honestly. First catching out the Lilian, then catching a great charm on the small there, being out of position.
All right, that's Atakan into the dragon here. Let's see. Smolder is kind of looking here, just staring here. Maybe, maybe, maybe. And dragon is down as well. Believes
I
smite.
don't like the hearts here by Shen,
It's a bit
because
late
I
maybe
don't think
for
he.
this item.
Yeah, that's why it's a bit late now. Maybe Olaf will not looking to trade with the Shen. I think I would have preferred to have went for an unending despair or a Warmox if you're going to stay in lane. But usually it's a strong item for Shen. I think in this case it's better to just buy a lot of items that help your team to stay alive, especially against the Smolder.
Glor,
I think
glor.
we need more of charms from Drakur. Catch the Smolder out of position. This is an interesting trade. Especially Shen is still quite strong compared to Olaf.
Yeah, maybe it's like a mathematically correct Shen build, you know? Maybe someone's watching the videos. Um, see here, once again,
Oh,
we are fighting without living. I'm not sure as to the reasoning about this. This is the second time we've
I
seen it,
think
and
They just got caught or got greedy on picking the smolder, I think. Oh, Zed is going in the mid lane with the ult, but we're seeing top lane matchup here. The Olaf effect came on top.
Seems like there was a disengage here as well in the meantime. Alright, alright. So a lot of fighting happening here. Nothing coming out of those fights, but all messy, all disorganized, which plays really well for Natives having the smolder still alive, still delaying a bit more, stacking a bit more. You know, he's going to get to a point where he throws 3 Qs, 4 Qs in a team fight, and the team fight is finished.
Smolder has 11 kills actually. I've
Yeah.
noticed now. I thought he was still like on 7 kills, but he has 11. Crazy numbers being put up by the Smolder here.
Come on, Eversio, you can do it.
But we've seen, I mean, it's still playable for Eversio. Like that fight, they just got caught out of position, but the Braum value here, he managed to block both the Lilia ult and the MF ult from going on the Lucian. And they
Oh,
almost, in
that's
fact,
very big.
managed to turn the fight around.
Support items. Taking a full combo there from Living
Mm-hmm.
and taking 10 HP damage.
Oh, well played by Iconic here again, forcing out the flash from the MF.
That is mid lane tired.
And
Thanks
well
to
played
Iconic.
by Drakur.
Drakur finds the pick there.
Do
That
they look for
is.
Baron here?
They have to try something. Now, Smolder is still alive and Lilia still has ultimate and flash.
Mm-hmm.
This could be a dangerous scenario as well for Eversio. Oh, but it's
But
going
as we've
down
seen,
very quick. Let's see. This is an
the
exciting
value of
moment,
Lucian.
guys. Olaf is teleporting in already. It's 3k health.
Oh,
Lilia
unfortunate.
gets this fight steal. And a big ults to follow as well.
I think this should be an easy cleanup for the Smolder and the Lilia. Unlucky.
Sadly, these things do happen from time to time. There's the junglers are still alive. Could go either way, and
Are
that
they looking
Smolder
to
is
end
very
here?
strong.
I don't think they can end. Oh, he has demolished, so it could be possible.
Some big damage there coming out. Yeah, well, we have about 14 seconds before Dracula Aigos come up, so if they can finish in those seconds, should be
Let's see if
alright.
I can manage to hold this. I managed to slow out a bit. Yeah, I think they should hold it now.
Well, nice stone flash there by Aigos. The MF ult comes out, nothing hit. Dracor trying to find the charm. The charm misses. It's a nice
Oh,
ult from Iconic, big damage onto the Lilia. Lilia's out.
I think they need to keep on chasing, because Dragon's soon up. If they get the resets, it's a bit hard for them to play, especially using their ults. But before all things, all of the Baron happened, we see the Lucian value there, picking up the MF basically out of position, almost killing her by himself. And then Ari following up and killing the MF. So that was the concept of the Lucian basically, staying mid, trying to catch out someone out of position, trying to perma-ulting on his face. But unfortunately, the Lilia managed to steal the Baron, and they managed to also clean up the fight.
Yeah, unfortunate their living usually manages to secure these smite ups. But once again, I mean, it's anyone's guess there. A lot of damage coming out all at one go. Hard to sort of consistently hit those. You're bound to miss them sometimes, especially in high stakes scenarios like this one.
I mean, the game is still playable for Eversio, because
So,
Lucian and Ari still have 3 items. They just need to be careful of the Smolder, obviously, because he has full items.
oh,
Oh,
there's
but
the
well played.
Shenalt.
Ooh, that was really well played by the Rakan there. Instant charm on both Zed and the Shen. But I like the idea by Eversio. They're trying to get the Smolder with the Zed and the Shen ult.
The idea was they're a bit telegraphed though, a bit too slow there on the triggers, and does react accordingly from the Rakan. And now that will be a cleanup here by the Smolder as Natives finish off game two in a victory for themselves. Started off well, we
Honestly,
were also on so. Yeah.
even though Smolder had 17 kills, I need to give props to Drakan. He played the dives really well, and even team fights he played the ultimate usage really well. Especially as we see the last fight, he instantly turned the Z and the Z and the Shen. So well played by Drakan as well. Unfortunately, we do go 0-2, but
I'm not
we
too
still
sure
are in
what that.
playoffs.
Yes, I'm not too sure what that means, but yeah. Overall, good game, good game. I hope there's more to come. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, sadly not today. We did lose, but we'll have to wait and see. I think the second game was quite valiant. We had a lot of good plays earlier on, especially, but then we got maybe a bit scattered. Good teamwork still, but maybe not reacting or sort of not playing around their strongest member earlier on. Um, it's to be honest, for me, as long as they play to a level that I would say I'm proud of our Maltese team. I'm more than happy to support them along the way. So I'm happy with what I'm seeing so far. A lot of improvements from the last time we've seen them. Hopefully, next time we play, we can pick up some nice victories from the lessons we've learned. I don't know if you want to add anything else,
I mean,
Mr.
honestly,
Kim.
you said everything. Obviously, if they played with the Z in the early game, especially when he was fit, it would have been better, but that's that. So, I mean, well played by Eversio still. They still managed to get the leads in the early game, managed to still fight back. But I think we'll see you in playoffs. I don't know exactly.
Yep. We'll find out later on, I guess. But until that, thank you everyone for joining the stream. I hope you enjoyed me and Grant Let's Go casting here, the Eversio games. And until next time, of course, tune in. Usually it's Mondays and Thursdays. So I imagine it will continue on with the same pattern. Good night from myself. See, the
Good
raid has
night.
already started. There we go. All right. See you next time.
See you next time.